House Republicans have released draft articles of impeachment against the Secretary of Homeland Security, and President Biden held a moment of silence for U.S. service members killed in an attack over the weekend. Good morning, I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. House Republicans have released draft articles of impeachment against Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. NPR's Joe Hernandez reports the move comes as Republicans continue to criticize the Biden administration over record-high immigration at the southern border last year.
The House Committee on Homeland Security accuses Mayorkas in its 20-page resolution of high crimes and misdemeanors, including willfully disregarding immigration law. Chairman Mark Green, a Republican from Tennessee, says the committee must, quote, exercise its constitutional duty and impeach Mayorkas. Republicans have blamed him for record numbers of arrivals at the U.S.-Mexico border last year, around 2.5 million migrants, according to federal data. The Department of Homeland Security responded in a memo calling the effort a distraction and saying Republicans are pursuing impeachment for political gain. Joe Hernandez, NPR News.
President Biden campaigned this weekend in South Carolina. During a stop at a Baptist church, he asked for a moment of silence for the 3 U.S. service members killed by a drone attack in Jordan. The Pentagon says 34 other U.S. troops were injured. NPR's Tamara Keith reports it's the latest attack by Iran-backed militants since the war between Israel and Hamas began last October.
Biden was at a campaign stop at Brookland Baptist Church in West Columbia, South Carolina, when he paused to reflect on the loss of life. It's a bit tough to hear.
We lost 3 brave souls.
He asked for a moment of silence, and then when it was over, added, "And we shall respond." The Iran-backed Islamic resistance in Iraq is claiming credit. Some Republicans are blaming Biden's Middle East policy for the attack and say the U.S. response must send a signal to Iran that this isn't acceptable. Tamara Keith, NPR News.
Meanwhile, the U.S. faces other Mideast threats. Militants in Yemen, also backed by Iran, are firing on commercial shipping and U.S. warships in the Red Sea. Separately, diplomats from Iran and Pakistan are trying to mend relations after tit-for-tat air attacks on each other's territory this month. Iran's foreign minister is in Pakistan's capital for talks, and Pakistan's foreign minister, Jalil Abbas Jilani, says his country and Iran have agreed to work closely to stop attacks by militant groups.
Pakistan and Iran have agreed to adopt collective and collaborative approaches to confront this menace by fully leveraging the robust institutional mechanisms which already exist between our two countries.
The two neighboring countries have had trouble in their relationship. There's been concern violence between them would inflame the conflict in the Middle East. The teams are set for the Super Bowl. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the Baltimore Ravens 17-10 yesterday and will advance to the NFL championship. They'll meet the San Francisco 49ers, who defeated the Detroit Lions 34-31 yesterday. From member station KQED, Azul Dahlstrom-Ekman reports fans of the 49ers danced in the streets of San Francisco's Mission District.
Over 100 people gathered at the intersection of 24th and Treat, waving flags, lighting fireworks, blasting air horns, and dancing in the street. Federico Valverde was among the people celebrating. He said before the game, he lit a candle and prayed for the 49ers to win.
I've been waiting for this for so long. Every single time we get to the Super Bowl, it just doesn't go our way. So let's just hope this year is our year, because I really believe in Purdy, McCaffrey, I believe we can do this.
The 49ers will compete in their 8th Super Bowl game in franchise history. They'll play the Kansas City Chiefs in a rematch of the 2020 Super Bowl that the Chiefs won. For NPR News, I'm Azul Dahlstrom-Ekman in San Francisco.
This is NPR.